why is gas $5 a gallon? And like, why do I have to pay rent? And why is rent so high? And why do I have to drive my car and get the gas that I have to get to go to the job that I have to pay for rent? Why do I have to do all of that stuff? And why are you making it so fucking expensive to do it? I don't even want to get out and pump my gas. It feels like getting out and just knowing someone's gonna fucking stab you. Why would you get out? This is beginning. This is the beginning of life. What am I supposed to do forever? It's gonna fucking worse. I'm fucking stressed out. I'm fucking stressed. We should not be working like this. I work my ass off and I can't even fucking pay bills, bro. And they always say don't compare yourself to others, but I see people going to Coachella and fucking like buying all types of shit, just pointless fuck you money, and I'm over here can't even fucking pay my fucking rent, bro.
今、アメリカでは激しいインフレーションが問題になっているのだ。物価高が叫ばれている日本の物価上昇率が 1.4% なのに対して、アメリカの物価上昇率は驚異の 4.2% なのだ。えげつないのだ。
I haven't joined in on complaining about anything in the economy, but when I saw this, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. You mean to tell me Tostino's pizzas are now $3.49 a piece? And if you don't believe that, let me show you. I swear when I was a kid, these were 10 for $10, $1 each. $3.49, $3.49, $3.49, $3.49. What in the high holy of any and all hell has this world come to? $3.49 for one Tostino's pizza. My husband's only getting 2. That's it. I ain't fucking paying no more.
Everyone's all like, oh, only 1% of the population makes minimum wage. If you're making minimum wage, it's a you problem, not anybody else. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's talk about the people making about, let's say, $12 to $14 an hour. Should they have to spend half of their wage just to get food? Should they have to spend about 30% of their hourly rate just to get a gallon of gas? I don't think so.
普通のインフレであれば、物価と同じくらい賃金も上がっていくものなのだ。しかし今回のインフレは、ホルムズ海峡封鎖など外部要因によるものが大きいので、賃金は物価ほど上がっていないのが現実なのだ。
Michigan is getting so expensive that every trip outside of my house feels like I'm being financially irresponsible. Need groceries? That'll be $140. Need gas? Another $70. Want to go out to eat one time? Good luck paying your utilities. And the craziest part is everyone is acting like this is normal. Like we're all standing in line at the grocery store, pretending that it's completely reasonable that snacks, eggs, milk cost half your paycheck. But yeah, the economy's doing great.
このような状況の中、米国民の怒りに火をつけたのが、トランプ大統領の私はインフレが大好きだという発言なのだ。トランプ大統領は続けて、イランとの戦争が終われば物価は石のように下がるとも発言しているのだが、これについて疑問視する声も大きいのだ。
Donald Trump, when asked today about what he thought about the numbers about inflation, Donald Trump goes, I just love inflation. I just love those numbers. What? What, Donald, you said what? You said you love inflation? You just love those numbers? Donald, you do realize that inflation has increased 40% since you've taken over as president. It's 4.2%, the highest it's been in several years now. Donald, you do remember the campaign in 2024, and when all you could talk about was talking about the inflation under Biden, how high it was, how bad it was, how we needed to make things affordable, that affordability word that the Democrats made up, affordable, that you were going to bring gas down to $1.99 a gallon to make it affordable, that you were going to bring down grocery prices to make them affordable, how you're going to help improve the prices of everything to make everything affordable. Donald, when inflation goes up, most people don't love those numbers. Only people might love those numbers are billionaires that don't care about the prices. It doesn't mean anything to you. Only thing you care about is the stock market going up. Donna, why is that you're always so obsessed with the stock market going up? Does it have to do something with those 3,700 trades that you made this last quarter? And you really seem to be a genius about buying stocks just before major announcements come by your administration, and they increase greatly in value. How is that, Donald? Another whole story. We'll talk about that in another video. But Donald Trump today said, after running the whole last election, about inflation and prices being too high, he loves inflation when his administration now has record inflation for the last 3 years. What do you think? You love the inflation like Donald does? I don't.
I got a letter recently that my property taxes are going to go up $600 a year from now on. I got a letter that my homeowner's insurance is going up $60 a month. My propane company sent me a letter that my propane is going to double this year. They just came and filled up my tank. It was $1,000. That's crazy. Also, as a entrepreneur and business owner, I get my health insurance through the marketplace. So you have the Affordable Care Act. I pay $45 a month. They just informed me that if this bill passes and I lose my tax credit, I'm going to go from $45 a month to $660 a month for health insurance. I need to buy a new car, and I can't because the cars have gotten more expensive and the interest rates have gotten so much more expensive. I can't find a reliable car that has the same monthly payment of $450 a month that I've been paying now for a new car. Not necessarily new, but new to me. Groceries are insane, and it feels like every day I get a new email from another subscription that I have, whether it's Netflix, my website subscription, everything's increasing in price. And I sit pretty much every day stressed about money, and yet I know that there are so many people in this country that are way worse off than me, and they're not making it, y'all. They're not making it. What hurts me the most is that there are so many women, especially, that just cannot afford to leave abusive homes, and they have to stay in it because of this economy. So are we great again, America? Like, is this what you voted for? Meanwhile, they all sit there in DC not feeling any of these pressures, not doing anything about it, not giving a shit about the American people. I have been extremely poor, and I have been extremely wealthy, and I know from firsthand experience that the wealthy people don't notice it. And most people are pretty self-absorbed and aren't thinking about other people anyway. So we got to talk about this more. We got to raise hell. We have to let DC know that this is not acceptable. Regardless of your party, we have got to help each other.
So high that people have basically stopped spending. So let me explain what I mean. So the cost of living here in the United States has gotten so high that people have virtually quit spending money on everything except necessity. Basically, your house, whether that be mortgage or rent, your car payment, gasoline, food, and clothing. Outside of that, according to new research, about 85% of Americans have simply stopped buying items. And so what you're seeing right now is the beginning of a horrifying process that, if it's allowed to continue, will destroy the economics of the entire nation. What we're seeing is fewer and fewer people buying items and stuff here in the United States, while the cost of those items continue to increase. So fewer people are purchasing, but companies are increasing the prices more to compensate for fewer people buying shit. Now, the reason that's happening is because these companies have speculations on how much profit they should be making, and nothing will get in the way of the shareholders and their profits. So as fewer and fewer people purchase items in the United States, the cost will incrementally start to go up because these companies are compensating for potential lost profit, to the point where eventually everybody under the wealthy class will be priced out of purchasing anything in your own nation. Much like what happened in Venezuela, but a slow-moving catastrophe here in the United States. On top of that, a lot of people were talking about a tech bubble bursting. We're also getting word that the very wealthy want to continue to pump more money into a bubble that's supposed to burst, trying to stop the bubble from bursting. And so as of right now, here in the United States, our economic system for basically 75% of the population is totally fucked.
アメリカ国民はもはやインフレに耐えられなくなってきているのだ。にもかかわらず、インフレは終わる見通しすら立っていない最悪の状況なのだ。このチャンネルでは アメリカで話題になっているニュースや現地の人たちのリアルな声を紹介しているのだ。次回も現地の人たちのリアルな声を紹介するので、気になる人はぜひチャンネル登録をお願いするのだ。それじゃあまた次の動画で会おうなのだ。